What's up, dudes and dudettes? This is Evan B, broadcasting from the Butt Cave. Bringing you another episode in my NERF thrifting series. You guys know what this is all about. I go to thrift stores, I hunt for NERF, then I show them to you guys, tell you what I pay for them and what I might do with them. Pretty good week on the NERF thrifting front. I got some choice finds. I guess I will just go ahead and dive into the bucket. First, I got a electronic NERF target. These things are sweet. I already have one of them in a different color scheme, but they're kind of cool. It's an electronic game. They've got, you can hear it.
Game 1.
It's got multiple games: missile defense, hit the number, range simulator. I got this. It was $3 on a Green Day at at Village Discount Outlet. So it's actually half off. So I got this electronic NERF target for $1.50, which pretty sweet. I'm gonna put it up next to my other one, and you know, that's what I do all my range tests and try out my modifications on. So now I've got another working one of these, which that's pretty sweet. I've got another strong arm. This one is in the Elite white paint job. I paid $1 for this one. I still got all these price tags on these. So I'll be taking all those off. I got this NERF Dart Tag Blaster, which is pretty sweet. Rotating current. Hadn't seen one of these before, so I really don't know much about it yet, but I'm going to definitely play with that some more. Let's see, what did I do? Another Recon light. So this makes 3 of these. I got it on this Specter Rev5, which is pretty sweet blaster. It's a 5-shot barrel pistol that is pump action, but it, unlike the strong arm, has a stock attachment for the rear and for the front. There's an Elite XD version of this out right now, and there's a price tag on that one too. An Elite XD version of this out right now that has a front attachment and also or comes with a barrel extension and a stock. But this one was let's see, it was $3.99 half off, so it was $2, which is pretty sweet for a working Spectre in a different paint scheme than the one I already have. So pretty stoked about that. What else do we have in my goodie bag? I got another Recon. This Recon was all but complete. The only thing it was missing was the, oh snap, that's what I can do with this light. That's the Recon light, and that's what was missing from this one. So hilariously enough, when I bought my Spectre, it had a Recon light on it, and that will go on this now complete Recon. That's hilarious that I just figured that out while I was on the camera. But yeah, so I guess I have a complete Recon here, which when you break them all down, makes for a pretty sweet NERF pistol. I also had this sweet bayonet, or bandolier attached to it, which is pretty nice because that could go for any NERF rifle. So yeah, well, that makes me really happy right there. Full on ready to rock Recon. I love these. In fact, this Recon, when I found it, had this drum mag in it. That's sweet. That's totally, with pop another spring in that and take the air restrictor out, and that is a ready to rock Nerf blaster. Alright, I found these super cool Nerf ammo pouches. They come with belt loops. These will hold multiple 6 clips in it, or if you're into the whole dump bag, just a big handful of darts will go in here. So these are pretty sweet. I think I paid less than $1 for each one of those. I found this random attachment floating around in a bin, and I paid like 29 cents for it. But it is the front barrel attachment for an end-strike blaster. So for example, I could put it on this strife, and there's no rounds in there. These front barrel attachments I don't think do anything for your ranges, but they just kind of look cool. This one's very similar to the Recon slide. I think it's the Retaliator front barrel, and they have a flip-up sight, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, pretty sweet attachment. I got another chain for my Vulcan cannon. I think this is Vulcan chain number 5 or 6. So I think what I'm going to do is I found a mod guide on how to take this dually apart here and attach it to the next one in the line, and so you can make infinite length Vulcan chains. So I am going to make a hilarious 100-round Vulcan chain, and I will put up a video of that when I do it, because that'll be awesome. Retaliator stock, or no, this is a Raider stock. So again, we'll put that on this strife, and that really makes for an intimidating rifle. You know, grand total, I think this would have cost, you know, every bit of $30 or so, and I think I've probably maybe got $2 invested in this blaster now. So pretty sweet find, if I do say so myself. Let's see. 2 different thrift stores found 2 different of these. What are these called? I think it's the Secret Shot AS1. These are cool. I actually have another one of these on my belt that I keep on my keys all the time. So I've always got a Nerf gun on my keys, but they're pretty sweet. Yeah. Pump them up like so, and then off you go. So actually, like I said, I have one of these on my keys, so I have a Nerf blaster on me all the time, and I usually have a couple of darts in my pocket, which there's a pretty solid Nerf thrifting tip, is when you go into thrift stores to look at Nerf blasters, if you are particularly interested in blasters that work, it is always a good idea to carry a couple Nerf rounds with you. I keep them in a handful of Nerf rounds in my center console, and I keep a Mega Dart, a Buzzbee dart, which is like an off-brand air shooter. I don't usually show those in my videos, but like that's an example of a Buzzbee blaster, and I find these on occasion, and my sister-in-law actually got me turned on to these, and so I pick them up if they are inexpensive. I like this one in particular. They will fire Nerf darts, but they fire their own darts, the Buzzbee darts, much better. So I keep a Nerf dart, a Buzzbee dart, a Nerf Vortex disc, which I actually have a Vortex blaster to show you, and a Mega Dart. And I just throw them in my pocket whenever I'm going into the thrift store, so that if I find any of those different kinds of blasters, I'll pop around in it and check and see if it works before I buy it. it's kind of funny being a grown man walking around with a handful of Nerf darts in your pocket, but I've definitely got some funny looks when people are watching me do that in the thrift store. One old lady said, "Oh, well, you're very thorough." She seemed to appreciate my thriftiness and my ingenuity. So, you know, just a tip. That's something that I do is I walk around with a handful of Nerf darts in my pocket when I go Nerf thrifting. So maybe it'll work for you too. One of the rounds I don't walk around with is the old reactor balls, but the Koosh balls that are out currently fit in these reactors. And again, for I think like the 29 cents or something that I pay for these, I really love the reactor. It's such a goofy blaster. It gives a really satisfying whoop when you fire it off, and so I pick them up when I find them. I also found a yellow Clipazine for the, it goes on the long shot. I had a long shot and no actual yellow Clipazine, the one that originally came with it. So it was kind of sweet to find that. I think I paid 99 cents for it. Nice to have. And finally, I found a NERF Vortex. What is this called? The Nitron. This is a NERF disc blaster. It is fully automatic in that it runs on a flywheel just like any of those other ones. And this one works completely. This was a sweet find. I don't really have a ton of these NERF Vortex blasters. I've got a couple of smaller ones, but to find this big one, and it was like laying around in pieces. There's this storage back here for an extra clip. There's one of the fly clips, which this thing's cool because I don't know if you can see that it lights up the clip and makes the I don't know what's happening there. It makes the rounds glow in the dark. There we go. That was the last one. So yeah, Nitron. This one was $1.99. So pretty sweet blaster. This one was $2.99. So that's really breaking the bank on this big, sweet, fully auto Vortex blaster. Yeah, anyway, that was my finds of Nerf for the week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment below, and yeah, peace and hair grease. Keep nerfing.